calling you right now to invite him further. And all you have to do is walk out and say, you know what? We're going to establish more of him under this roof than we ever have before. Amen? Psalm 127 verse 1 says, except the Lord build a house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchmen watch in vain. Unless the Lord builds the house, you're building it in vain. The last couple of weeks I've been talking about the Passover. The Passover that took place in Egypt. God was bringing one last plague on Egypt in order to cause Pharaoh to let the Israelites leave. And at this point, he is ready to release the death angel to go and pass and slay the firstborn in all of Egypt. The only safety for the children would be the blood of the Lamb. Let me repeat this. I'm going to kind of condense what the Passover was about. The only safety. It was about a plague that was being caused in order to change the heart of Pharaoh to set the Israelites free. The only safety for the children was the blood of the Lamb. The blood that was to be placed on the posts of the doors. And guess who was the one that had to put the blood on the doors? It was the Father. The Father was the one who was to take the lamb. It was the Father who was the one who was to apply. Somebody say apply. The Father had to apply the blood to the door in order to save the kids. The Father had to apply the blood of the lamb over the post of his own house. I don't even know if I need to keep preaching after that one. That seems to hit home, doesn't it? Yeah. The Father had to be the one to apply the blood of the Lamb. The safety of the family depended on the Father. If he placed the blood upon the door, the family would be spared from death and tragedy. John 10:10, as I said earlier, the Bible says the thief comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. He is out. He is out to take our kids' innocence, to take their dignity, to take their minds, to take their bodies, and to take their souls. He's out to hurt them. Now, most men in here would say if somebody physically did that, we wouldn't want to get physical right back. But now we're talking a spiritual realm. Now, when the Bible says that the devil comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy, well, how do we fight that battle? Spiritually. We fight it with the blood of Jesus. Listen, I'm not willing to sit idly by as he brings havoc on my kids. We can't sit idly by while he tries to destroy families. If I don't take the blood and apply it over the lives of my children, then I'm failing to make Christ a part of the home. If you fail to take the blood and apply it over the lives of your kids, then you're failing to make Christ a part of the home. The one thing about Jairus I've noticed too is that he was persistent in making sure that Jesus was invited into his house. His friends didn't influence him. Verse 35, while Jesus was still speaking, some came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue leader, and said, look, your daughter is dead. Why bother the teacher anymore? That didn't influence him. That didn't influence him. It's over. She's gone. No sense bothering him anymore. Notice he was still persistent after that. He didn't sit back and say, yeah, you're right. Oh, well, let's go. He didn't turn away from Jesus at that moment. Not only that, guess what? He persisted even beyond what seems to be Jesus' own delay. When you look at the verses that I've left out in this story, verse 25 to 34, right? Jairus goes finds Jesus from verse 21 to 24, falls at his feet and says, my daughter is ill. Will you come and please lay your hands on her? He doesn't ask, hey, can you try to do something here? I mean, he is directed to the point. I need you to lay your hands on my daughter so she can be made well. Well, what takes place, it says in verse 25, and a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had. Yet instead of getting better, she only grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd. Somebody say in the crowd. Now this tells us something, because Jairus, again, as I said, found Jesus in the crowd. This woman found Jesus in the crowd as well. She came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak, because she thought, if I just touch his clothes, I will be healed. Immediately her bleeding stopped, and she felt in her body that she was freed from her suffering. At once, Jesus realized power had gone out from him. He turned around in the crowd and asked, who touched my clothes? You see the people crowding against you, his disciples answered, and yet you can ask, who touched me? Jesus kept looking around to see who had done it. Then the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell at his feet, trembling with fear, told him the truth. And he said to her, daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free from your sin. That's an entirely different sermon that can be preached right there. And that takes place in between Jairus falling on his knees saying, come to my house. And then we pick up Jairus' story with the people coming from his house saying, your daughter's already passed, buddy, don't bother him anymore. It would seem like Jesus delayed something. You would think that Jairus would have thought back and said, had you just come when I said it, had you just answered my prayer when I cried out to you, then this wouldn't have happened. But no! You had to delay to help somebody else. My daughter wasn't as important as this woman was. He doesn't get bitter. Jesus hears them saying, don't bother him anymore, and he says, hey, wait a second, we'll still go. You notice Jairus doesn't get upset about it and say, not forget about it. He still continues with what he set out to do. Because there's a bit of hope that he has, that if this man, this Jesus, comes under my roof, who knows what could happen? Who knows what things he can transform and change? He was persistent in making sure that Jesus was invited into his house. Here's my point. Here's my point, friend. Are you the head of the home? And if you are, then who is the head of you? It's got to be Christ. When Christ entered Jairus' house, he chose who was to be in, and he ran out who didn't belong. Let me repeat that. The Bible clearly says in our opening reading, he took with him Peter, James, and John, the father and the mother, and everybody else that was there that didn't belong in there. He said, get out, you doubters, you mockers, you that don't believe, get out of this house. I'm entering into it with those that belong in it. Oh, do we see something here? Who are we given authority in our house to? If you were the head of your household, who was the head of you? Are you letting him have that authority? Is he able to bring that which he desires and get rid of that which does not belong? Are you letting him do it? Because that's the first thing he does. Before he walks into this house, he says, no. You're not allowed in here. You guys are no good for this. You need to step outside. Friend, we need to see what's in our house and remove it. Claim the authority of Jesus. And then go in there with Jesus and start cleaning things out. Amen? I hope today that when you get home, if there is anything that hinders the ministry of God in your house, in your home, or in your life, that he's going to show you, and you will be obedient to him, and that you will invite Jesus in and run out of your house that which does not belong. Amen? Amen. It says he took her by the hand and said to her, Talitha Koa, which means, little girl, I say to you, get up. Immediately the girl stood up and began to walk around. She was 12 years old. At this they were completely astonished. He gave strict orders not to let anyone know about this. You know, it's funny. He says he gave strict orders not to let anyone know about it, yet we're reading about it how many thousands of years later. And then he tells them, give her something to eat. We've got to make sure what we're feeding our kids is good, spiritually. Listen, we're not told what happens to Jairus' daughter after this. But she's 12 years old. I'm guessing that if she grew up to have kids of her own, she would have told her kids about what her dad did for her. You know, I was on death's door. My father, though he was a religious leader and led the city, he put all that aside to seek out this man named Jesus, to come into my house and bring healing to my body. My father did that. She would have told it to her kids. Her kids would have then looked at their grandfather with honor because they got a mom because of him. I'm guessing she would have told this story quite a few times, and it would have traveled throughout the ranks of their family. That Jairus, the one who was the religious leader at one time, didn't believe in God. In fact, did everything to keep Christ out of the house. In desperate need, hit his knees in front of the Savior and said, please come in, because we need you in this place. What took him from his daughter's side? What would have taken him from his daughter's side to seek out a Jewish teacher? What would have compelled him to fall at the feet of Jesus and cry out? What would cause a man to forget his place in society and what others might think or say? You know what would do it? Love. Love does it. Love for his daughter. The love for his kid caused him to forget about what everybody else in society would have thought, to not care about his own position. It was love that says, I'll do what I have to do. I'll go where I have to go to see that you are made whole. Are you willing to do what you have to do within yourself? To be transformed by the power of Christ so that your kids, whether they've got access to you now or not, can learn about what God has done in your life and someday say, yeah, he may not have been there then, but boy, is he there now. He's reestablishing things in his life that can now be placed into my life. Amen? Listen, love is not giving a child all they ask for. Love is not a closet full of toys. It's not a drawer full of clothes. It's not a large allowance. To me, love is making sure you instill Christ into their life. That's love. Regardless of what they say. Oh, Dad, here goes Dad again, another Bible study. Dad's going to drop us off at school and say, pray, pay, and say. Yeah, they'll make fun of me in my house. We exalt thee. But regardless of the poking fun, it is up to us to instill this into our lives, into their lives. The Bible says in Deuteronomy 4:9, teach them to your children and to their children after them. What is it? Teach them the principles of the kingdom of God. Deuteronomy 11:19, teach these principles to your children, talking about them when you sit at home, when you walk along the road, when you lie down, and when you get up. Proverbs 22:6, start children off in the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. If you then, though you are evil, this is Jesus talking to dads, if you fathers know you are evil, and in that know how to give good gifts to your children. We know how to give good gifts to our kids, but we're not talking about toys and the newest iPhones. We're talking about giving them the gift of salvation, of a solid foundation, not leaving it up to them to decide. We're not going to go to church in this house, and I'm not going to claim any faith. I'll let my kids decide on their own. Boy, good luck with that, because you weren't inviting anything to come into your household. You heard me say at the beginning that I can say no greater tragedy than a parent that has to say goodbye to their child. but I can think of one. I can think of one greater tragedy than that. And that's to be together here and be separated in heaven. Let me tell you a quick story. Real quick story. I had to do a funeral for a 28-year-old man. 28-year-old son who died of the flu. When his mom came into my office, obviously broken, disheveled, everything. Her son just died. And she tells me, I just want to know he's in heaven. Everything they told me about him was he was not religious. In fact, if anything, he mocked Christianity. He was on the opposite side of going to church. And I'm sitting in this office while she's saying, I just need to know he's there. Not only has she lost her son, but she's thinking she's lost everything because she doesn't know if her son went to heaven or if her son went to hell. I don't mean to sound harsh, but that's exactly where she was at. And I'm sitting there as she's opening up to me, and I'm praying to myself, God, please, if he's there, I need a sign. I don't want to give this lady some false hope. And at this time, it's in the summertime, and I look at my desk, and for some reason there's still a Christmas card on my desk. And this lady says, I'll never have joy in my life unless I know he's in heaven. How am I going to know? And at this point I look at this Christmas card that's still on my desk. It's Christmas. And here I am in the summertime, and the word joy is written on it. It's one of those cards that when you reflect it, it kind of shines a certain way. The card was on my desk, but the word joy, even though I didn't flicker it, it flickered. And I thought, that's fine, God, but I can't give that to her. Come on. I'm going to say, oh, look, the Christmas card is telling me that your son's in heaven. I said, I need to know something about him. I'm praying this thing quietly to myself in desperation. Lord, let me know something. And this is what happens. The guy's future wife was there. He was set to be married when he died. And I just started asking about his life. And she tells me, well, this is the kind of music he was into. And the kinds of bands. She mentions the group Korn. And at this time, Yvonne had just got done reading a book from the guitar player from Korn, whose name is Brian Welch, who wrote a book called Free Me From Myself, Save Me From Myself. Yvonne read it and said, I feel like I got saved all over again. She said, there's no way anybody can read this book and not get saved. So when his girlfriend says, well, he was into this group Korn, I said, you know what, that guy got saved and wrote a book. And she goes, I know. And Stephen read that book so many times that you couldn't even open the pages anymore without pages falling out. He followed Brian around at signings, and Brian at one point even sat and talked with him. And I immediately reflect to Yvonne saying, there's no way anybody can read that book and not get saved. And I went, Lord, that's it. So I share it with the mom. This look, now granted, she's still hurting. She lost her son. But the relief that came over her of knowing that, yes, I'm bummed I'm not here with him now, but guess what? It's better that I'm going to be there with him for all eternity. So there is one greater tragedy. It's when a parent has to bury a child and they don't know where that child's going.
Amen.
Kids, if you love your parents, let them know that you profess Christ as your Lord and Savior. Give your parents that assurance that they know should anything happen, they're going to see you again. Amen?
Amen.
I can think of no greater tragedy than to be together with them here and then be separated from them for all eternity. Thank God for the kids that we've raised, that have Christ instilled into them, that we know that there is a reunion waiting in heaven that's going to last for all eternity. Amen. The blood of Jesus. The last thing I want to say, and I'm just going to close it with this. Children, don't be ashamed to honor your father and your mother. Don't be ashamed to honor your father on Father's Day. Don't be afraid to honor them. And I feel kind of self-serving speaking this one in front of my kids, I'll be honest with you. It feels a little self-serving for me to say it, but it is biblical.